For me, I look at, I pinpoint 3 key battles. And that's Maeda and Tavernier.
Yeah.
Because
Just
Tav's wanting to get forward, but I tell you what, Maeda has regularly worked Tavernier extremely well because of his sheer energy and enthusiasm and ability. I think Callum McGregor will start for Celtic, so whether it's Todd Cantwell or Lawrence, the importance of being able to limit the control that he has in the match, but more importantly, being able to play off his shoulder when Rangers are in possession. And the final one for me is Dessers against Scales, Carter Vickers. This is also very, very important. What I seen earlier on this season, and John, I'm not sure whether you were at the match, what Theo Bair did to Celtic at Celtic Park, right? And that was when Celtic played a nice high line and Motherwell were able to get little periods of play where they got good control of the ball, bit of time and space, and just pop balls in behind Celtic's back four. And I tell you what, Theo Bair gave the 2 central defenders a torrid afternoon. Dessers is the player that is going to continually make willing runs forward. And this is, for me, so important because it then opens up the position of that attacking midfield, because Celtic then naturally will drop a little bit deeper, and then all of a sudden, whether, like I says, be Cantwell or Lawrence, the joy that they can get in the middle of the park, just off Callum McGregor's shoulders, is going to be key in this battle.
And Celtic will have Cameron Carter-Vickers, which I don't think they did the last game, did they? That Motherwell game. But because he is crucial. That's a great point you make. Philippe Clement was asked about Dessers just after the win over Hibs.
Impressed is not a good word. I think it's normal what he can do. And I think there's still quite some margin to make with him. And he's working really hard on that. But for me, and I said this already a few times, and I know you guys don't believe that, maybe. But for me, the striker is not only important that he score goals. They need to do much more other things also for the team. And then they will come in situations that they can score goals. But for me, it's important to have a team where everybody can score, because that's much more difficult to stop. If you have a team with one guy scoring all the goals and they stop him, the story is finished. We score from everywhere, with the strikers, with the wingers, with the midfielders, with the fullbacks, with the centre backs. Only Jack is the only one not scoring. And I want to see football like that, because then it's much more difficult to stop.
John, as a great striker, what do you make of Dessers? 17 goals, it's not a bad record. He is an enigma.
Well, I don't know about an enigma. I think Kyogo's got 15. Did he score the weekend, Kyogo? I don't think he did.
No, he didn't this week.
No, so he's got 15, and Dessers has got 17. So I think they'll both get opportunities at the weekend. It's whoever can be clinical enough, who can keep their composure. I think Dessers has done okay. In particular, since he first came in, I thought he struggled a little bit. Then he's just found his feet. He's a very good finisher. And I think what Craig said in terms of the matchup, I think there's plenty of matchups in there. Yeah. You know, Hitachi has been out a while, but he's one who generally turns up in the big games. He's had a bounce game. He's had 90 minutes there at the weekend. So he'll be ready to go, this weekend. And it's one of those games, Paul, it's very, very difficult to call. We'll be in here giving our...
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, giving our analysis. But as I said, mate, there won't be a lot in it. And I'm very much looking forward to it.
Dessers, for me, is as honest as they come. Philippe Clement definitely would have loved to have seen more goals from him. And I'm sure Dessers, that's the next part of his game, because he's not prolific. But he does work extremely hard for the team, and that does, bring other opportunities to other players. But like I said, for me, Dessers, the improvement that he needs to make is his success rate in front of goal. I think at Rangers, the chances that you're going to get throughout a season, and he has been a bit of a slow burn, but I still think you've got to be looking at 25 plus. So that's, for me, the upside that's still in Dessers, and Clement touches on it. He says, we're not at the bottom of Dessers yet. There's a better player there still to come. That's the area, and again, when you're being critical, and that's not in a negative way, every player, you look at the qualities that they have and how can they improve and become better. Dessers needs to be more ruthless in front of goal.